Free and local AI models have evolved a lot recently, so now it's possible to easily create production mapping content for all kinds of objects on your consumer-grade hardware. I really like to experiment a lot in ComfyUI to find new workflows for production mapping content generation, and I built a super simple workflow for you that requires only a start and an end frame of your production surface to generate fitting animations, and if you want, even loopable clips. It's also possible to seamlessly stitch these clips together for even longer animations. Okay, let me give you a quick overview about the workflow before we start. So first we will generate 2 keyframes. There's also a workflow for ComfyUI included for free. And when you have these 2 keyframes, you need to write an prompt for the transition between these 2 images. And then you will get out a video which has the start frame in the beginning and the end frame in the end. You can choose the length and also the resolution of your clips. And I will also show you later in the video how to do the mapping. I also have an advanced workflow on my Patreon, which includes automatic prompt generation, up to 3 automatic variations for each render, and also a setup script to download and install all the correct custom nodes and models without any hassle. Quick check on the requirements. I tested this workflow on my Windows desktop PC with an NVIDIA 3060 with 12 GB of video RAM and 32 GB DDR4 RAM, and it takes around 4 to 5 minutes for a 10-second 720p video clip. On my laptop with an 8 GB video RAM GPU, it still worked, but it took almost double the time. I don't have a Mac, so I can't say anything about that. Installation. First, you just need to install ComfyUI. You can either use the desktop version or the portable version. Doesn't really matter. Then you have to place the setup script in your ComfyUI base folder and run it. It will guide you through the downloads of the custom nodes and all the correct models, depending on your GPU. You can also just follow the links in the workflow for manual downloading of the models. Keyframe generation. Okay, so first you need a photo of your production surface. Then you need to resize it to the resolution of your projector output. Also create a clean black and white mask. Now open ComfyUI and the image edit workflow and insert your original photo into the workflow. Use the clean base image prompt to generate a clean base image, which will be used as a starting point for our stylized keyframes. Next, use the keyframe prompt and insert your desired look. Generate as many keyframes as you want. Video generation. Drag and drop the video generation workflow into ComfyUI. First, you have to decide which base model you want to use. For all the 30 and 40 series NVIDIA GPUs, I recommend the Int8 model. The quality is super good and it's way faster than the GGUF or the FP8 versions. Int8 is the standard model that is used in the workflow, but if you want to use a GGUF version, just open the model subgraph and then connect the distilled LoRa model to the detail LoRa. And then you can set your project name, and just a little hint here, you can use slashes to create subfolders. That way it's easier to stay organized. Also set your desired output resolution and the length of each clip. I would recommend 10 seconds. The maximum is 20 seconds, but in my opinion, around 10 seconds gives the best results. The keyframe strength is recommended to 1 to fit the exact start and end frame. A lower value gives the model more creativity, but can also lead to the loss of the original shape. So I just leave it at 1. Once you set all your basic settings, just insert your start and end frame. You can drag and drop them or load them through choose to upload file. Then you need to write a prompt. In the advanced version, this is done automatically, but of course, you can also just write your own prompt. So I would always include like what type of transition and movement is happening. And you can also add static camera to make sure that the camera doesn't move, which we don't want. Then you just hit run, and it should take, depending on your GPU, between 2 and 5 minutes for a video generation. If you use the same start and end frame, the video will be loopable. And another tip, you can use the last frame of a previous generation as a first frame for the next generation to create seamless transitions between the clips. Yeah? And that way you can stitch them together and create very long animations. Here you see a bunch of clips I generated, and I also stitched one together for a long continuous animation. Okay, so let's get to the mapping part. As always, I'm using TouchDesigner, but you can also use any other mapping software that you like. And you need to insert your black and white mask of your projection surface, and also the clip that you want to map. Yeah, and then just right click on your clip, look for the multiply, and also connect the black and white mask. And well, it will just cut out everything that's outside of this mask. Yeah, as you see, the generations also have some stuff going on outside of our object of interest. And yeah, this step will just cut it out. And then you need to go to the mapping here in the palette. So if it's not open, you can just click here to open the palette. And under mapping, look for the stoner tool. And I will just be using the stoner tool now for the mapping, but I also have tutorials on my YouTube channel to use the other tools here in TouchDesigner for mapping. Yeah, I also have a bunch of other tutorials and tools on my Patreon for projection mapping. And I even have a full beginner projection mapping course on my website. Yeah, I will explain you everything from scratch and also show a lot of examples for 2D and 3D mapping. Yeah, but for this tutorial here, I will just be using the stoner tool. And what you want to do is, let's also just add a null here. And we will just connect our black and white mask to the null for now. And we will map that black and white mask first. And after that, we can insert our clip. Yeah, so also add the null here. Look for a window comp. Yeah, just drag and drop your window operator in here. Choose your display. I think mine is number 1. Turn borders off. Always on top on. And open as separate window here. Now you can also click here, update settings from window to set the correct resolution. In case you have some offset here, you can just reset it to 0. And yeah, now we can get to the actual mapping. So you can click to open the stoner window here. And in the stoner tool, you can do basic keystone correction, like you can see here. You can just drag around the 4 corners and try to adjust the image so that it kind of fits. And after that, you can go deeper into the details and only adjust small pieces of your input. Yeah, you can also add more rows and columns here. But yeah, like I said, you can also check out my YouTube channel or my beginner course for more advanced mapping techniques. All right, so I'm just gonna reset it here and start from scratch. Okay, so first I will start with the keystone correction here to roughly adjust the output to the physical surface here. And after that, we will go deeper into the adjustments. Okay, that roughly fits. Now we can go to the grid warp, and yeah, you can think already about if you want to add more rows and columns now. Don't do it here with these parameters, because if you add a number here, it will reset the keystone correction for some reason. So you can just use the add row and column here. Okay. Yeah, so you can just select the points here, and then you can also use your arrow keys or just use your mouse to drag it around. But I find it more precise to use the arrow keys on your keyboard. And yeah, start to adjust your output so that it matches your physical surface. Of course, this is a very tricky projection surface here because it's not flat, the leaf, and it has a lot of small details and stuff, but it doesn't need to be perfect. Like, doesn't really matter if some pixels are not perfectly aligned, so don't waste a lot of time to fix only small little pixels, you know. Okay, I think that doesn't look too bad. And now we can connect our content. And like you can see, it is mapped now onto your surface. Yeah, here's my setup. It's just a very cheap and simple projector that I got from Amazon. It didn't even cost, I don't know, I think like 70 euro or something. And yeah, here's our result. Also looks cool from the backside. A huge thank you to all my supporters on Patreon. Without you, all these videos would not be possible. So yeah, thanks a lot and have fun doing production mappings. And also feel free to tag me on social media if you want.